of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another for the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we? Could we? Memories may be beautiful, and yet what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember. Whenever we remember the way we were, the way we
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, lose my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you, and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together.
Who was the hardest person to track down?
We only found one of our missing. We found Eddie Santana in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
How long did it take you to find him? I mean, lots of phone calls?
5 years.
5 years. Is he here?
Okay.
Me and you, and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. So happy together. And how is the weather? So happy together. We're happy together. So happy together.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention up here for a minute, I'd like to introduce one of the chairpersons, John Doherty.
Okay, we'd like everyone to be seated at this time, please, because we'd like to begin serving the courses and so on, but I would like to welcome you back. It's been 25 long years, and that's a long time. You girls look great, and the guys, well, it's been 25 years.
Heavy metal.
We tried to have Grace Riak here to cater the affair, but she said she couldn't do grilled cheese at 35 cents a person any longer. And after all the courses are served, we're going to have a race out here in the lobby, and I see George Casal here, and Ed Higgins, and probably a few other runners around, so we want you to be there in your uniforms, please. And at the same time, George Mayberry is going to lead us in a slam dunk contest also in the lobby. We have some cheerleaders here. I see Joanne Benur. I think she was captain of the cheerleaders. Oh, there she is. you have to get out there and cheer us along. Some of you may be aware of it, and some may not. We have had some of our classmates pass away since we graduated. In fact, one while we were still in school. So, I'd just like to have a moment of silence to consider them. Jane Turner, Phil Genovese, Lorraine Alban, and Mildred Kajanese. And then finally, I want to take this opportunity to recognize Mark McPhillips Delaney, because although some of us worked on this here and there, she's really the driving spirit here, and I hope you all give her a big hand now. Could you step up here, Mark, please?
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that helped with the committee, the people that came this afternoon and helped do the decorating, the people that made phone calls, Frank Papala and Georgette in particular. They harassed quite a few people into coming, and we tried hard with a few others and didn't succeed. But I'd like to thank everybody that helped. And we also would like to remind you that, as you can see right here now, we are having a video done. You will be notified in the mail as to how you can go about purchasing it. The photographer is still here. He will be out in the hall so that you can have your picture taken for the yearbook. We still have shirts on sale all evening. They're $10 a piece. They're a very nice remembrance for your reunion this evening. And we also have a 50-50 club, which we will be doing later, so that we can give a donation back to the alma mater. And I have to check my list for my very last item. Oh yes, and last but not least, the hospitality room. After this shindig is over downstairs here, we will be going up to room 822. John has arranged a very nice little thing for us up there. He brought quite a few things from his store, and everything that we didn't eat at the cocktail hour will be upstairs. So a few other people generously contribute some liquor and other things, so we would like to see you all in room 822 when the evening is over, but we'll remind you that later. Thank you.
And for those of you who don't know, my name is Bill Donovan. I used to work the 42 Club in Glen Island, and the Ship Ahoy, and the Fore and Aft, and all the gin mills in the old days. Where? How old are you? I'm 43. I graduated in '65 from Well, I didn't graduate from White Plains High School. We made a deal, and I was allowed to cease attending White Plains High School. No, I did not graduate. Should have graduated in '64, but I had to leave a private school under guard, and good Catholic school, very much like Sacred Heart, which will remain anonymous. While you're eating, the first FM station came on the air in '65, and one of the big things that they used to play overnight, Alison Steele is back on the radio again. She used to play a thing called The Wind. Remember The Wind?
My full name is George Mayberry, class of '65. I live in Hawthorne right now. Various places. I work for Nissan, and I own a bar. I serve liquor, and that's about it. The funniest thing about the class of '65 was we had a pep rally, and I, being one of the larger people in school, had to play Super Spirit Man. Does anyone remember that? You remember that, Murph?
Nobody's listening.
Super Spirit Man. I'm telling the story about Super Spirit Man here, and you're not paying attention to me. So it was myself and what was Sully's name? Remember Sully? You were in that. I had to dress up as a and Sharon Fay brought in bottles of Southern Comfort to the school. So needless to say, we all drank it. I fell, broke my hip, or nearly broke my hip. You had to be there. It was really funny. During, yes, it was. It was.
Let me ask you this, your classmates hold up well, better or worse than you expected?
They all look marvelous. The only thing is Murphy has her hair dyed. Joanne has her hair dyed also. Her hair is actually gray. She's admitted it to me. 4-month-old baby over there. He's a super stud. Still pumping him out. Italian stallion. And this is my lovely wife, Joni. She was the class of 85. Yeah, I rocked the cradle. Okay, bye.
My name is Joseph Sayuta. I live in upstate New York, Saugerties, and I'm in sales.
Where do you work?
Oh, I'm an independent distributor. We're independent distributors for New Skin International, and I sell advertising for the Hudson Valley Guide. And,
Have anything you want to tell us about the class of 65?
well, I'm the youngest graduate. I graduated when I was 10.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's why I look so young.
Not bad.
Yeah.
That's why you have the 4-month-old
And
baby.
we have a 4-month-old baby, and and at the 20th, she was 7 months pregnant with our first.
See that?
So
So you have a 5-year-old,
4 and a half,
4.5, and a new baby.
and a new baby.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
thanks.
Joanne Benora Esposito.
Joanne, where do you live?
I live now in Albany, New York.
Do you work up there?
I don't work for money. I'm a professional volunteer. I'm president of the Albany County League of Women Voters, and I just do a lot of volunteer work because I'm one of those lucky women that don't have to work for money.
That's great. Let me ask you something. What's the funniest thing you remember about the class of 65?
Oh my God.
One really funny incident. And you can use names.
What do I remember as funny? I don't know. I remember as that whole year being funny. The whole 4 years, I just had a great time. I was just reading through all the brochures on the bulletin board out there, and thinking how I was in everything. It was great. I mean, when have you ever been that active in your whole life? I don't remember any one funny thing. We just had one great time.
All right, let me ask you this. How about your old classmates? Better, worse, the same than you thought they would look? I mean, it's
It all depends how she
25 years.
answers. I don't
That's
know what
okay.
that means.
No, I would have to say, I mean, obviously some of us have gotten a little older and a little heavier, a little less hair on the top, but they all are real people now. I mean, they have a real developed personality. They're established people, and they're really interesting people.
Bob Servideo. I live in Ossining for about 3 months, and I work for Citibank.
Bob, what's the funniest thing you remember about the class of 65?
It's too hard to come up with one. I mean, every day we topped the day before. It was just too much fun. It was just everything was too much fun. The funniest thing.
Or the strangest thing.
Funniest thing, George. I mean, you know.
I just told him about Super Spirit Man.
Funniest thing. The funniest thing, all right, the funniest thing was Cubulus and I walking in a chemistry class in the middle of one of the classes, picking up the nun's desk and walking out the door with it to her protests. That's about the funniest thing.
She's sitting at the desk?
Yeah.
Susan Marie Regina Murphy.
Oh my goodness. Susan, where do you live?
In Poughkeepsie.
And what do you do?
I'm a postal employee.
And have been for how long?
3 years.
Okay. Let me ask you this. I don't know, it doesn't have to be the funniest, but what's the most memorable thing you remember about the class of 65?
Myself.
What's funny?
I was the funniest person in the class. Yes, I was. A lot of people will deny that, but I was.
So what qualifies as funny? Class clown?
What? Yes, I was the class clown. Read the yearbook.
Yeah?
That'll verify my statement.